Back on Lady Tiger pre-match conversation with Coach Robert Moran as we get set for Tiger Volleyball tonight on KCLY on the road at Concordia, NCKL matchup. And Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking time. I know we had a chance to talk with you as we were headed on the road trip to Goodland and talked about a weekend tournament. You guys have not had great success, wins and losses since that time, and really this season you've had some close ones get away. But the thing you and I were talking about before coming on the air, and the thing that is evident in the scoring, your girls are competitive. They just need one of those matches that gets them over the hump, it seems like.
Yeah, that's definitely the case right now. We talk every day in practice that we don't want to measure where we're at right now by our wins and losses, because we feel like we're making progress and we're going into practice and working on the things that we need to get better, and you can see it there. And like you said, you can see it in a lot of those matches where we're really close. We have a lead or at least tied late in the game and just haven't been able to get over that hump towards the end.
You go into this matchup with Concordia tonight, and you talk about the season and where you're at and getting better, and people want success immediately. I mean, that's the nature we're in right now. But you look at the school calendar, the sub-state assignments haven't even been sent out because they just got the classifications all set, and they're still working on getting people into where they're going to be for sub-state. That'll be very soon. But we are October coming Sunday. It's the right time to start winning and make that push toward the end.
It definitely is. You always say at any point in the season, you always feel like you want to be playing your best ball towards the end of the season. So, there's still that opportunity. You figure there's basically a month left in the season. Once we know when sub-states are out and, who we're matched up against, like I said, if we can get that one or two wins that just gives us the confidence to know that we can do it on a consistent basis, I really believe we can be a dangerous team come here this month of October.
I know we've talked about this team and inexperienced at the varsity level. Some of your girls have played a lot of varsity or a lot of volleyball, but not necessarily on the Lady Tiger varsity court. You've got some freshmen into the mix. Do you feel like now the rotations and kind of the identity of the team is getting where you want it to be?
I do, and yet as I say that, we actually made a few adjustments last week. We had been running a 5-1 offense, the first third of the season at least, maybe even half of the season. We just switched recently into a 6-2, and I think it does give us an extra weapon on the hitting side of it, and I think it's going to give us at least a different look. I really liked the way we did it the other night. And hopefully we're going to continue to improve on that. So we have made some minor tweaks, but I still think overall our chemistry and our core group is holding together pretty well and starting to get accustomed to each other.
Talk about some of the players that have stood out to you this year and whatever role that may be defensively, setting people up, or attacking at the net.
Mm-hmm. I think Hannah Ferguson, being about 6 foot tall, I think she's really starting to be a bigger presence in the middle. And that's something definitely that we need in order for us to continue to be successful. We also throw into the mix on the outside. You got Haley Franson and Aaron Hamill as our outside hitters, and I think when they're consistent, we really get on a nice roll. We've added recently with this switch in offense. We've got Janae Shivers hitting on the right side as well as setting when she's in the back row. So I think that gives us another weapon. And then everybody else, we've got some people in roles that do a good job and continue to make plays sometimes that go unnoticed. But I think, like I said, I think we're coming together, and if we can just get that win to give us that confidence so that we can actually see the result on paper, I think that's all we're missing right now.
I asked before we came on the air with Coach Moran if he felt good about tonight, and I think your words were as good as you can feel going in to face the number 2 ranked team in the state. Concordia is really, really good again this year, 16-4, 3-1 in league play. But you guys know what's coming at you when you take on the Panthers.
Oh, absolutely. They bring a very athletic group. They've got the Bergman girl that just can jump out of the gym out there, and a couple other weapons. And yeah, I mean, what they're going to do. I mean, they don't try to hide it. They just bring their power at you and say, hey, this is our best game, and see if you can beat us. And we realize that. And I think we can do some things to disrupt that. If we can get some consistency going, I think we can cause them problems. But we're just going to have to, for us, it's going to have to be the top of our game all the way through the match. We can't just go through those spurts and think that we're going to be able to knock somebody off doing that. We've got to be good all the way through.
Homecoming week for the Tigers is Friday, hosting Marysville on the football field. Does that weigh into your week? Does it give extra energy, or is it a distraction, or do you have a feel for that?
I haven't noticed it as a distraction at this point. Of course, we're only into Tuesday, and having this game early in the week is definitely on the positive side because, you really don't get into the full swing of the homecoming feel of it until later in the week. So getting this one early in the week, I think I don't foresee it being a distraction. You can definitely feel a different kind of energy in the hallways with the Spirit Week and the kids dressed up and everything like that. So I think that brings a little bit of excitement. But I definitely don't see it as a distraction.
Well, it's always fun to see the Lady Tigers. Looking forward to getting a chance to call the first match of the year as we head into this final stage of September. Coach, really appreciate the time. Let's go get them tonight.
All right, thank you.
Back with more Lady Tiger Volleyball on KCLY.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hassenbeck, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
Here's a tech tip from Blue Valley Telecommunications. Do you know what bandwidth is, or megabytes? Bandwidth is the amount of information your internet connection can move. It's described in megabytes or megs. How much bandwidth you need depends upon how many devices you have and what you're going to use your internet for. Your bandwidth speed is split when it enters into your house. If you have only a 5 meg connection with 5 users, each user could end up getting only 1 meg, which can cause things to load really slowly. If you have questions about your speed, give us a call, 877-876-1228.
Are you looking for the right bank to complement your busy schedule? Look no further. United Bank & Trust has just what you need. From easy online, mobile, and tablet banking to online loan applications, there is no need to try to find time to reach the bank before closing hours. You can simply apply for that new mortgage or car loan in the comfort of your own home, or check the balances of your accounts while waiting in the line at the grocery store. United Bank & Trust makes banking convenient for you. United Bank & Trust, banking for your way of life. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY, Clay Center.
Clay Center Tiger Volleyball on KCLY is brought to you in part by Oldie Seed Farms, United Bank & Trust, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, Central Office Service and Supply, by CS Precision Ag, TSI Incorporated Clay Center, Union State Bank, and Farmers Cooperative.
And a good evening from Concordia High School. Rocky Downing along with studio engineer Bernie Fancello. The Clay Center Lady Tigers getting set to face the Concordia Panthers here on the road. We're about 11 minutes away from the starting lineups being announced, and then we'll get you to opening serve before too long. We've joined you here on a Tuesday night, our first time to get a chance to cover the Clay Center Lady Tigers. Our thanks to Coach Robert Moran, the chance to talk with him and visit in pre-match conversation, getting set for this matchup against the second-ranked team in the state of Kansas, 4A Division II, a team that finished runner-up at state last year in 4A Division II. They would make it all the way to the finals against Topeka Hayden before losing in that championship. Got by Clay Center here in the sub-state as well to move ahead. So these two teams know each other very well. You heard us saying in pregame, it's not that Concordia is hiding anything, that they don't have anything that the Clay Center doesn't realize coming at them. Maybe a little bit more for Concordia to get used to from the Clay Center Lady Tigers with new faces in different roles, and they've even thrown a little different wrinkle with some of their offense that they've gone to at 6-2 instead of the 5-1 that they had played earlier in the season, for most part of the season, and kind of switched it up a little bit. But he feels good about where his team is at. He just says, as you hopefully heard in the pre-match conversation that he thinks they just need one of those wins to kind of get them over the hump, if you will. Clay Center Lady Tigers on the road here against the Concordia Lady Panthers. Varsity matches live for you. I'll come back in a moment, give you a look, kind of the schedule for this evening, and we'll take a little look at the numbers that the Lady Tigers have put up throughout the year thus far. They're on the court right now going through their warm-ups. We're about, again, 10 minutes away from those starting lineups. And the opening serve here on a Tuesday night. Clay Center Lady Tiger Volleyball from Concordia. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
TSI Kansas Incorporated has added another mechanic to our team, and we are able to expand our capabilities in taking care of our customers better. We know you depend on trucks and trailers with fall harvest coming up. You can trust us to service and repair your trucks and trailers so that you can keep up with the demand. From regular maintenance to repairing and replacing parts, our master mechanics get the job done. Call TSI Kansas Incorporated in Clay Center at 785-632-5183.
Crop Production Service is constantly looking for ways to help your bottom line grow. And with the Loveland products available, you'll get the results you want. From seed treatment and plant nutrition to fertilizer and crop protection, Crop Production Service offers top-of-the-line solutions to grow your crops, your bottom line, and your operation. Connect with your local CPS expert and experience the innovative products from Loveland. Crop Production Service, here to help you grow.
Punch up your internet for a knockout school year. The start of the school year is a great time to upgrade your home's internet plan with Twin Valley. After all, the whole family puts heavyweight demands on your connection with multiple devices, streaming, and more. Get up to a gig download speed now for only $99.95 a month. To clinch it, they'll throw in free installation. No phone line required. Quit fighting the slow speeds. Call Twin Valley at 800-515-3311.
Injuries can occur at inconvenient times, but Ortho On Call is there for you. The After Hours Injury Clinic at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center is open Monday through Friday till 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday till 4 p.m. They can treat broken bones, strains and sprains, as well as small cuts or wounds with no appointment necessary. Ortho On Call provides an alternative to emergency rooms and urgent care, and they accept most insurances. Located at 1600 Charles Place in Manhattan. The greatest comebacks begin here.
Back once again in Concordia. Lady Tiger Volleyball on a Tuesday night. The Lady Tigers come into this matchup at 5-12 on the season, 0-4 in the NCKL. The Concordia Lady Panthers, as mentioned earlier on, they are the number 2 ranked team in the state of Kansas, and they come in with a record of 16-4. They are 3-1. They swept Abilene earlier this year. They split with Wamego, and Clay Center with their first chance to match up against the Concordia Lady Panthers on this season. Also for Concordia, they would win the Marysville and Southeast Saline Tournament Championship. So a well-tested team, well-established team, made it to the finals, as mentioned, in 4A Division II last year, number 2 ranked in the state this season. For the Clay Center Lady Tigers, again, they come in at 5-12 in the year, 0-4 in NCKL play. As mentioned, we're going to take a look at some of the numbers they put up. I'm going to take this time out. We'll come back and look at the kills leader, serving leader, and assist leaders for the Clay Center Lady Tigers. Stay with us. More continues from Concordia after these.
Replacing a roof is a substantial undertaking. It's one of the biggest financial commitments a homeowner will make. But the long-term value of a solid, attractive, and leak-free roof is well worth it. McGee Roofing offers residential and commercial roofing replacement, along with guttering and siding. With the colors and textures available in siding, you can customize the look of your home or business. For roof replacement or repair, gutters and siding, McGee Roofing is committed to customer satisfaction. Call them for an estimate.
The Citizens National Bank is ready to provide you with a great borrowing experience, whether you're buying, building, or refinancing a home. We offer first-time home buyer, FHA, VA, and conventional home loans with competitive interest rates on a national level and flexible term options to fit your financial situation. With little money down, we can assist you with getting into your dream house. The Citizens National Bank, mortgage loans with the personal attention you deserve. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you capture a protein premium on your wheat this season? If not, it may be time to reconsider what you're planting. Oldie Seed is introducing several new varieties that will provide excellent yield and protein potential, and all varieties meet the Oldie Gold standard. Wheat technology is evolving, and planting one of the Old DC top-yielding varieties or blends this season is the first step in achieving higher yields and increased income. Contact Oldie Seed today.
When physical disabilities or injuries make everyday mobility a challenge or even dangerous, Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy is there with durable medical supplies to get you where you need to go safely. They'll help you with canes, walkers, crutches, braces, and wheelchairs. They'll even fit diabetics with shoes made especially for their comfort needs. So for safety and mobility, it's good to know where to find the durable medical supplies that can give you the freedom to remain as active as possible. They're at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
Back once again in Concordia, the Clay Center Lady Tigers in NCKL action tonight. 3-1 Concordia Lady Panthers, 0-4 in league for the Lady Tigers, and they're just trying to turn that corner here. Coach Moran earlier been close in several matches, leading even late in the second and third sets of those matches, just unable to finish it off. Tonight they'd love to get things rolling, headed toward the sub-state season, which, of course, with October arriving on Sunday, that won't be here before parents and athletes and the community can realize we're into the postseason. That's going to be right around the corner. If you didn't catch it earlier today, the new classifications for the upcoming year were released. The Clay Center Tigers and Lady Tigers will stay in Class 4A for the upcoming season. Now, football is going to stay in the same class regardless for all sports, or for football. For all sports, it's 4A. Now, next year, it appears that the Clay Center Tigers, all sports except wrestling, would drop to 3A. There's going to be some shakeups. In fact, next season in the NCKL, everyone but Abilene would be 3A. So that news just coming out earlier today, and will be interesting to sort all that out, and the new playoff systems for each sport. But that takes place next year as far as the new football pods and districts. They're stuck with the same district they had last season. It's on a 2-year revolving door. So a lot to sort out and get used to in the upcoming years for those classifications and how they've changed things up from the Kansas State High School Activities Association. For the Lady Tigers this year, they're led in kills. You heard Coach Brand talk about the senior Hannah Ferguson, 101 kills on the season, hitting percentage at 157. Then you had, as you heard Aaron Hamill, Haley Franson mentioned, Franson 97 kills, 170. Her percentage, Hamill 91 kills and a 123 percentage. Setting those kills up for the Lady Tigers this year. Assist leader is Janae Shivers, 262, but she's starting to get to hit the ball a little bit in that new rotation they've kind of put in. So you'll see her as an outside hitter more often than in the earlier in the year. Ferguson, the middle blocker, and then you've got Hamill and Franson primarily on the outside. Serving for the Lady Tigers, Janessa Wickersham leads the way with 24 aces this year. Her serving percentage at 90%. As a team, they're at 89%. So they've done some really good things across the board. But that gives you a little idea of the numbers and some of the names you're going to be hearing as we get into this matchup against the Concordia Panthers in the NCKL. Stay with us. More continues just a couple of minutes away from opening serve on a Tuesday night with Clay Center Lady Tiger Volleyball.
Take action now for a successful crop next year. At Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we're ready to help you plan for next season's weed control, moisture conservation, and fertilizer needs. For your plan, we'll utilize soil testing and variable seeding rates to come up with site-specific fertilizer and seed systems. Now is a good time to establish your fertilizer and chemical program for productive crops in 2018. We're Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed. We offer customized solutions to help your crops thrive.
It's that time of year, time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Beef, I don't know what to do. I just realized I lost my debit card. Download the USB mobile app and use your debit card on-off feature to shut your card off now. Okay, I can do that. What will I do in the meantime? I need my card. Just swing by the main bank. We can print you a new one in minutes. Great, thanks. Union State Bank is the best. Use the mobile app or internet banking to check your account for unauthorized activity. We also offer email alerts whenever your card is used. Be sure to check your statements when you receive them. This is Brandy Lippert and Alicia Lenhart with Union State Bank, member FDIC.
And we are set for action here from Concordia. Lady Tigers getting set to face off against the second-ranked team in the state in 4A Division II, as mentioned, the Concordia Lady Panthers. So the officials right now getting the official rotation right now with the Lady Tigers side of the court. Concordia just breaking their final huddle. For the Lady Tigers, it will be senior Hannah Ferguson who gets to start in the middle, Janae Shivers, Gracie Feith, Erin Hamill, Haley Franson, Clara Edwards, and then rotating in on this first serve that will be coming from Concordia is Maddie Craig, who is the libero for the Lady Tigers. So that gets you on the court. Craig, Franson, Hamill on the back row. Front row is Ferguson, Feith, and Shivers. And we're just about set to work as the Concordia Lady Panthers will have the opening serve here to begin in their home matchup against the Lady Tigers in the NCKL. And that service will be coming from Lakin Schrader. Schrader now a senior at 5'7". We know several of these names, of course, for the past few years in both basketball and in volleyball. Very, very talented group of athletes. And they've had a few faces change coming into the season. There's been some graduation. There was a move from, of course, a coach here in Cloud County that took one of his daughters away from the program as well. So certainly some new names and new places, but a lot of names we certainly have seen for a long time. You heard Coach Moran talk about Sydney Bergman, the 5'9" senior, who, as he put it, can simply jump out of the gymnasium, and we've seen that for the past 4 years, really. She's been a part of the basketball and volleyball programs since her freshman season and now as a senior. Schrader with the opening serve. We're underway here on a Tuesday night. Haley Franson pass up front to Feith. They'll set Janae Shivers, an outside hitter, and her first shot is in. The Lady Tigers have an opening lead at 1-0. Shivers on the outside right off the set from Gracie Feith, and now Feith will come out. Janessa Wickersham will rotate in, and back to serve it will be Janae Shivers. So Shivers with an opening kill here for the Lady Tigers, and they lead at 1-0. Here's Bergman up front, soft spike across, saved by Wickersham. Now Shivers sets it up for Hamill with a left-handed touch across and good. Aaron Hamill's got a kill in, and the Lady Tigers have a 2-0 lead. First it would be Janae Shivers, who's now serving, and then both of them with really soft spikes, and this time Aaron Hamill went up with a left hand and got it away. Good serve across from Shivers. Here's the set up front. Bergman winds it up. Good block up top by Wickersham. Now Shivers sets it across. They'll have to actually, Ferguson set it across to Concordia. They set it up again. Soft spike across Bergman. This time she gets it down. And it's 2-1. Clay Center with the lead. Concordia, though, back with the service. So the Lady Panthers will serve, and they will set their libero back to bring it across. And to the back row, Hamill. Tough pass. Saved across by Shivers. Concordia with a play up at net. Spike on its way across, and we've got a violation against Clay Center. The spike coming from Chloe Conway. The Clay Center into the net, and so we're tied at 2 apiece. 2-2 tie as Concordia again brings the serve across. Dipping serve that Franson digs out. It stuffs up top. Shivers tried to set it across, and Bergman read it and stuffed it back home. Concordia has their first lead now at 3-2. Lady Panthers with Bergman and Conway up front. The serve is going to be long from Concordia. The Lady Tigers get service back. We're tied up again at 3-3. The serve will be Aaron Hamill. Quickly brings it across. And it's passed up front. Jump set for Bergman. Soft spike across. Good dig by Hamill. The set back to the back row by Shivers. Now they set it up front Concordia. Shivers, the pass. Here's Wickersham. Middle set. Hannah Ferguson's first swing, and it will be just wide. Angled it away from the middle blocker, and it was just outside the line. 4-3 Concordia by 1. Lady Panthers back with the lead and the serve. Bergman brings it across. Craig passes. Shivers. Forearm set across, and it passed across by Franson to Concordia. Jump set, quick hitter, and it is in by the Lady Panthers up front. The hit this time coming from Jessica Williams. Another senior. Conway, we mentioned earlier with the hit. She is a freshman that had a point earlier. 5-3 now, Concordia by 2. And the serve into nets by Bergman, and the Lady Tigers will get the service back down by just 1, 5-4. It will be Hannah Ferguson back to serve it. Hamill and Shivers on the back row. You have Franson, Edwards rotating back in, and Wickersham up front. And now Ferguson's serve also goes into net, and it's a 6-4 Concordia lead. Maddie Craig is back on the court for the Lady Tigers. In that libero position, she joins the back row of Hamill and Franson. And the serve across from Caitlin Miller. Pass by Craig. Shivers. Pass across Franson. Flat-footed spike, and it hits the pole on the net, and so that's going to be out of bounds. 7-4 now, Concordia by 3. Coach Robert Moran heard the term consistency probably more than anything else he has said in the 2 interviews we've had a chance, including tonight, to do with him on air. Just looking for more consistency. He thinks you've got a chance to be really good, but they've got to be consistent. Jessica Williams puts another one down. We've got a timeout on the court. 8-4 Concordia now with the lead in this opening set of match number 1. Stay with us. More Lady Tiger Volleyball is on the way.
While some are working the fields, the deli department at Ray's Apple Market is making up batches of potato, pasta, and vegetable sides to go with their delicious Chester fried or smoked chicken. Meals to go for 1, 2, or more are hot, fresh, and ready for hungry farm crews and busy families.
Here at Ray's, it is our passion to give you, our customer, a pleasant, time-saving shopping experience while providing exceptional products at value prices with uncommon customer service. Thank you from our family to yours. Shop small, shop local.
Once again, back in Concordia, the place of the Lady Tigers got out to an early 2-0 lead, and now it's Concordia with an 8-4 advantage, and the Lady Tigers forced into a timeout. It will be a serve across coming from the Lady Panthers' Caitlin Miller, and it's an ace service out of the timeout. The Lady Tigers unable to handle the serve across, and so back it comes the serve for Concordia, and they now have opened up a 5.9-4 lead. Serve across, Miller. Franson diving in to dig it out, now set up by Shivers. Soft spike across Franson, and Concordia won't get to it. Point in for the Lady Tigers. It's 9-5. Haley Franson with the play up at nets. And that'll give the serve back to Clay Center, and Janessa Wickersham will bring it across. Her first serve is to the back row, high up near the rafters. And now it's set across by Bergman. Wickersham to Shivers. They'll set middle for Clara Edwards, and her spike across, saved by Concordia. Now the play up front, dug by Hamill, and we've got a point violation against Clay Center again into the nets. And the Lady Tigers have fallen behind 10-5. Wickersham will come out. Gracie Feith is back in. The serve goes to Concordia and the freshman Chloe Conway. Coach Rio Brown's team out to a 10-5 lead again, made it to the championship last year in 4 Division II. Number 2 ranked Edwards, big wind-up and hit, and Concordia will just push it across. Here's Feith to Franson, spiked across toward the backside. Now they set up front for Concordia, nearly blocked by Edwards, but it does fall in on the Lady Tiger side of the court. That was Tegan Larson, who comes away with the point up front. Larson, a sophomore for Concordia, and it's 11-5 now. Lady Panthers serve across from Conway. Franson up front, Feith. Far side set, Janae Shivers had a point early and gets one in here. It was blocked, but right into net. And Janae Shivers with her second kill. And the Lady Tigers trail by 5, 11-6, back with service, and Haley Franson will have that serve. And just catches tape, but goes across. Now the pass up front, wind up and in on the right far side by Williams. Jessica Williams, a senior at 5'8", able to get up in the air and really bring it home. And it's 12-6 now. Lady Tigers trailing by a half dozen. Serve to Williams, who rotates on the back row. Across it comes Hamill. Up front, Feith. Back set for Shivers. He takes it in the middle and almost got one home. It's dug out on the back row and pushed across by Williams. There's Edwards. The Feith. The far side. Aaron Hamill winds it up, and it's partially blocked and saved by Bergman. And now she'll soft spike it across the 2 defenders who came up to block it and finds pay dirt on the other side. It's 13-6 Concordia with a lead by 7. Then we'll have both varsity matches live here on KCLY this evening. Long serve. Craig digs it out in the back row. Here's Edwards, who rolls it across to Concordia. Up front, back set. Bergman winds up and is long in the .2 play center, 13-7. That'll put Edwards back to serve it, the freshman for the Lady Tigers. Two freshmen rotate in consistently in the Lady Tiger offense and defense. Maddie Craig and serving for Edwards. There's a set up front and into net. Point play center, it's 13-8. Spike attempt by the sophomore Larson went into net, and the Lady Tigers are within 5 with a serve across from Edwards. Here's a pass up front. Bergman winds it up. Blocks back across. Janae Shivers. Hannah Ferguson both there. Shivers, I think, got that one. And it's a 13-9 first set, and it's a timeout taken by Concordia. We're breaking here as well. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on KCLY.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hassenbeck, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
A couple of kills and a block for Janae Shivers, and Aaron Hamill, Haley Fulton getting in the act as well up around the net. The Lady Tigers have clawed back in it after trailing by 7. They're within 4, 13-9, still with the serve for Clara Edwards. And we're out of the timeout, set to go. Whistle start, and Clara very quickly with the serve across. Here's a play up front for Bergman, and she gets one into the back row. Bergman, who can really fly. Here's Coach Moran saying a pre-match conversation that she can jump out of the gym, and she has been able to for a while. Just get stronger and stronger, it seems, and put that one away. It's 14-9, placing her down by 5. The serve coming from Lakin Schrader. Hamill, pass up front, Thief. The set for Hannah Ferguson. Types it across and knocks it home, and it's 14-10. Play center back within 4 and back with the service. Now Thief out and Wickersham back on. That'll put Janae Shivers back to serve it. It's 14-10. Clay Center down by 4 with the serve. Cross it on the near side, and a cross-court winner is in. Tough angle for Maddie Meyer, but the junior really angled it from left to right and found open space on the far side of the court. It's 15-10. Serve across from the Panthers. Hamill up front. Shivers. Forearm set for Ferguson. Soft steps it across. Here's a play up front. Schrader. Back set. And it's saved by Wickersham to Craig. Now passed up front. Rolled across. Nearly a winner by Ferguson. Now Bergman winds it up and has another winner for the Lady Panthers. It's 16-10. And the serve to Concordia again with a 6-point lead here in the opening game of match number 1. Well, both varsity matches live as mentioned. Here's Hamill up front. Ferguson, the set for Wickersham, and she has to roll it to the Panther side. Now they hit it in the net. Nearly gave up a point. Bergman gets it across. Shivers forearm set. Hamill winds up. Great spike, but it's dug out by the Panthers. Now pushed across by Schrader. Here's Hamill again to the back row and picked up there and just touched across by Schrader, and a winner for the Lady Panthers. And a timeout taken here by the Lady Tigers. 17-10, Concordia leads it. Timeout on the court.
Having trouble understanding your internet connection? Just think of it in terms of water. The size of a water hose determines how quickly you get water, and the same goes for your internet. A garden hose pumps out less water than a fire hose, just like a 5 meg connection loads pages slower than a 20 meg. At the end of your hose is a sprinkler, which is equivalent to your router. If your sprinkler is old and clogged, it can only push out so much water, no matter how big of a hose it's connected to. For best results, be sure your router is up to date. For more questions, check out our website at bluevalley.net.
What happened?
This house is too small.
So let's buy a new house.
But we can't afford a new house. Money doesn't grow on trees.
That's why we'll go to United Bank and Trust. I heard they have low mortgage rates that are affordable for everyone.
Well, then let's go right now.
Stop and see me, Maria Fitzmeyer. Or me, Carla Sweet, at United Bank and Trust to talk about getting your new home loan process started.
Or visit us online at ubankonline.com. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life.
Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Serve Lady Panthers just catches tape, and then it causes all kinds of wackiness for the timing of the Lady Tiger defense. A point to Concordia out of the timeout, and now an A service two in a row by the Lady Panthers, and their lead is 19-10. And two Lady Tigers look at each other, see it fall to the floor, and both thinking the other had it, and so some confusion on the court. And when you get a team going like Concordia with the talent they have, it's tough to keep it going. And there's Bergman winding up and putting another one over 20-10. Lady Tigers trailing here against the second-ranked team in 4A Division II. The Concordia Lady Panthers finished second in the state last year. There's a very soft serve across and another ace. And now 21-10. So they blistered one that caught tape and threw timing off. Then they got one that there was confusion on. Then the spike by Bergman did a very soft spike across, or set a serve across. That Placer does get one across here. Play up front for the Lady Panthers, and just off of Shivers and out of bounds. And it goes to 22-10 in a dominant open game here for the Lady Panthers of Concordia. Lady Tigers got out to a 2-0 lead, traded points up to about 5-6-4 they were down, and then Concordia started to take control. Here's Wickersham, and it's blocked back across, 23-10, Play Center trailing here against the Lady Panthers on the road at Concordia. And the Lady Panthers have everything working their way right now. Serve across. Craig, pass up front. Ferguson's going to set it. Wickersham will spike it. And it's picked up by Schrader on the back row. Now up front, Bergman sets it across. Play center. Shivers comes diving in to get to it. It goes across the tape. Now up front, Bergman. Good block by Wickersham. Craig has the dig to Ferguson. Hamill with the left hand pushes it across. Concordia stays in the point. Here's a play up front. Spike to the back row. Maddie Craig, great decision to let that go. You could see her at the last second really yank the hands back down to let that serve go long. And the point to Clay Center, it's 23-11, Concordia leading. And there's an ace service from Aaron Hamill and got one across. Hamill on the season with 16 aces, make it 17 as she blistered one across, and it's 23-12 now. Again, the serve from Hamill. With a good service and a second straight ace for the junior. Aaron Hamill has it working, and it's 23-13. Clay Center trailing here by 10, but making a move in this first set of the night. There's a pass up front for Bergman. Schrader, far side set. Two go after it. Both hit it. Williams and Conway, and it goes out of bounds. And now a timeout by Concordia as Clay Center climbs back within 9. They have scored 4 straight points. Timeout on the court. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on 100.9.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
23-14, Lady Tigers with the serve. They've wrapped off 4 straight points, trailing by 9, but have something going. Now a short serve from Hamill comes up short, and it's net, and it's going to be Concordia's point. This is going to be a set point in this first game of the night and the first opening match of varsity play. Sydney Bergman back to serve it for the Lady Panthers. Serve on its way across. Maddie Craig to Janae Shivers. Across it comes to Haley Franson. Good spike, but dug out by the Panther back row. Now Conway up front, partially blocked by Ferguson. Now it's Hamill, the pass up front. Franson's going to spike it across, dug out by Conway. Now the back row spike for Bergman hits the pole, and that's to be point Clay Center, 24-14. The serve to Hannah Ferguson on the back row. It is game point for the Lady Panthers. Ferguson serve. Pushed up front, and now it's going to be an illegal touch by Concordia. And Clay Center at the point, 24-16 with an 8. They pinned off another game point. The serve across from Ferguson. Passed up front. Schrader. A set for Williams into net. Point Clay Center, and it's 24-17. The Lady Tigers making a push here late. Fell behind big at 23-10, but they have continued to battle back here. Now down 24-17. Ferguson serve across. The set up front. Back row dug out by Ferguson. Now it's set across Shivers to Franson and into tape and down. Point to Concordia. They win the first game here, 25-17. Stay with us. We'll have the second game of this opening match. Lady Tiger Volleyball will continue after these.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Place your order now for next spring's crops and save a bundle. Count on Crop Production Services of Clay Center for the best quality corn and soybean seed. Their proven brands include DeKalb, Asgrow, Dynagro, Producers Hybrids, and LG. If you order now, you can take advantage of early cash and volume discounts, and they also have financing available. The agronomists at CPS stay current on the ever-changing field of seed technology, so they can provide well-informed advice to help increase your productivity.
Punch up your internet for a knockout school year. This start of the school year is a great time to upgrade your home's internet plan with Twin Valley. After all, the whole family puts heavyweight demands on your connection with multiple devices, streaming, and more. Get up to a gig download speed now for only $99.95 a month. To clinch it, they'll throw in free installation. No phone line required. Quit fighting the slow speeds. Call Twin Valley at 800-515-3311.
Oh, my arm!
What happened?
I tripped, landed on my wrist. I was turning purple.
Let's call Ortho On Call to get you in right away.
That's not gonna happen. It's a doctor's office, not an emergency room.
Ortho On Call can get you in quick and replaces expensive emergency room visits. They're open weekdays till 8 p.m. and weekends till 4.
Oh, the bone's not sticking out. It's probably fine. Don't touch it. It's tender.
Call the Ortho On Call Clinic in Manhattan for all your injuries, big or small. The greatest comebacks begin here.
About set for the second game of this opening match. Lady Tigers had some good runs in the first game, but they lose 25-17. Concordia just got out to such a huge lead about midway through that first set, and then would go on to win at 25-17, although Clay Center did score runs of 4 points in two different times and cut a 23-10 lead to 24-17, actually. So made a really good run, but again, Concordia wins the first one 25-17. So second game of match number 1 about to get going. The Lady Tigers will have the service as the officials getting everyone set this second game. It'll be Clara Edwards who will serve for Clay Center to begin. They have Gracie Thief and Haley Franson on the back row along with the server Edwards, and then Janae Shivers, Hannah Ferguson, Aaron Hamill up front. Lady Tiger Volleyball looking for their first league win of the year. Concordia 3-1 in the NCKL. And second ranked in the state, as mentioned. Runner-up at state last year in the 4A Division II championships. Here's a serve from Edwards. The freshman gets it across, and a good one. Schrader saves it. Bergman set up. Soft spike across. Good dig by Hamill. Goes across the net. Up front, Schrader sets it across and finds open court. And it's 1-0 Concordia, the early start. And we'll have the serve for Lakin Schrader. The Schrader will drop back to serve. Maddie Craig rotating in for the Lady Tigers. Jump serve from Schrader. Craig digs it out of the back row. Now Thief. Shivers will have to roll it across and does keep it in play for Clay Center. And now it's a misplay by Concordia. Kind of you got it, no I got it, and nobody got it. So the Lady Tigers get the service back. We're tied at 1. It will be Janae Shivers with that serve. And it's across. Bergman up front. Schrader, that's an illegal touch on Bergman. And that's 2-1 now. Shivers will serve it. Pass up front again. Here's pass across. Chance for the Lady Tigers. Hamill up front really winds it up, but it's saved by Concordia. Good play up front by Schrader. Now it's Hannah Ferguson who gets one home, and the Lady Tigers with the lead. Back to serve it. Shivers. Pass across. Dug out up front. Schrader for Bergman winds up and gets Tater. It's 3-2 now. Concordia back with the lead. 3-2. To serve is the Lady Panthers with a 1-point advantage. Hamill unable to handle it. Frustrated look to her teammates as she slaps her hands together as the pass went just off her arm and to the right out of bounds, and point to Concordia. They lead at 4-2 now. Here's the serve from Concordia into the tape, and it grabs it and puts it back on the Panther side. So point to Clay Center. Hamill will drop back to serve. It's 4-3. The Lady Tigers down by 1 with service. Hamill serve goes into net, and it's now 5-3. So the serve back to Concordia, and it'll be Sydney Bergman, the senior, who drops back to service with the Lady Panthers up 5-3. Craig, pass up front, Shivers. Middle set for Ferguson, and saved out by Bergman. Now up front, Conway into net, and it's a 5-4 second game. Clay Center down 1-0 as Edwards rotates into the front row with Franson and Wickersham. Ferguson back to serve it, and you have Shivers and Hamill on the court as well for the Lady Tigers. Serve across from Ferguson. Bergman up front, Schrader back set, and it's partially blocked but out of bounds. Good attack by Clay Center. Maddie Meyer has a hit. 2 defenders there, Edwards and Franson, but it went off their hands and out of bounds. 6-4, Concordia with the lead and the service, and it's Caitlin Miller who will serve. To Craig, up front it comes, Shivers. Far side set, Franson winds it up, blocked back across, good dig by Hamill. Now it's set in the middle for Edwards. Clara gets one home. It's 6-5 as Edwards through the middle found open court between 2 defenders, and it's 6-5. Clay Center back with service, Janessa Wickersham. Wickersham will serve, far right side of the backcourt, down by 1, pass up front, and Franson sets it across, and Clay Center confused, kind of 3 players looking at each other thinking someone else again was going to go for it. And instead it drops to the court and a point to Concordia, 7-5. Lady Panther lead. Clay Center on defense, and the serve comes to Chloe Conway. 5'8" freshman brings it across. Franson, Craig. Now Shivers to the far right side and just out of bounds. It's 8-5. Concordia leads it by 3 points here in Con, and the serve back across. Hamill to Thief. Far side set. Shivers winds up. Good spike, but it's blocked back across. Shivers then saves it. Now Thief, and Craig will roll it across to Concordia. Now back up front, back set for Williams. Great dig by Aaron Hamill. Thief to Franson. She goes to the back corner, but just wide. It's 9-5. Concordia will lead it. Clay Center, great defensive effort to keep the thing alive a couple of different times. It's in the hit they had on it, just went wide. There's Shivers off the serve to Thief. Back set. Franson winds up, and it goes long. It's 10-5. Clay Center down by 5 points, and a timeout by Coach Robert Moran. We'll break here as well. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on KCLY.
Replacing a roof is a substantial undertaking. It's one of the biggest financial commitments a homeowner will make. But the long-term value of a solid, attractive, and leak-free roof is well worth it. McGee Roofing offers residential and commercial roofing replacement, along with guttering and siding. With the colors and textures available in siding, you can customize the look of your home or business. For roof replacement or repair, gutters and siding, McGee Roofing is committed to customer satisfaction. Call them for an estimate.
Ten-5 match. Lady Tigers trailing here in the second game of the opening match of the night. They lost game 1, 25-17. Concordia to serve, and it's going to go long. Good communication. Aaron Hamill and Maddie Craig looked at each other, and both were yelling out, let it go, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be Neely Franson to serve. 10-6, Clay Center down by 4. Serve across from Franson. The set up front, pushed across by Williams, and a point in for Concordia. So the Lady Tigers will trail 11-6. Jessica Williams with the very soft spike across, but really guided it away from the defender more than trying to swing at it. Now has a service, and she serves it wide. 11-7, Clay Center back with service. The freshman Clara Edwards will have that opportunity. Cross it comes. Passed up front, Schrader. Far side set. Bergman has to go soft with it. It loses it out of bounds. Point, Clay Center. Missed time between Schrader and Bergman, and Sydney, who can hang in the air a long time, did get a hand on it, but fired it just wide on the shot. Here's a back row set up for Williams, dug out by Edwards. Pass up front, Thief. Now the middle set. Ferguson sets it across. Play up front for Bergman. Janae Shivers to Thief, right back to Bergman, the give and go, and a spike is blocked by Bergman. Now it's going to be lost by Concordia, though. They had it soft blocked up front and had a play on it and then just lost it. Play center now within 2 in game number 2, 11-9. Lost the first game, 25-17. Edwards with a serve, and it comes across the net on the pass. Thief, back set. Shivers, yes! Play center within 1, 11-10. And it will be Edwards still with the serve, and a timeout now. Concordia, play center back within 1. Game 2 of our first match of the night. Stay with us. Lady Tiger Volleyball will continue on 112.
Hi, this is Maribeth Connor. Holiday gift giving can cause a big strain on your wallet. The Citizens National Bank has a whole new way to jumpstart on budgeting for next Christmas or any other special occasion that is in your future. The Citizens National Bank introduces its Reloadable Card. You tell us how much you want to save, and we'll set up regular transfers from your checking account to the Reloadable Card. It's that simple. Learn more about the Reloadable Card at the Citizens National Bank, downtown Clay Center, member FDIC.
11-10, the Lady Tigers have wrapped off a good run here and right back within 1 after trailing by 5 points in this second game. They lost the first game 25-17 to the second-ranked team in the state, 4A Division II, Concordia. So 11-10, they're back within 1, and Play Center will stay with the service after the timeout taken by Concordia. 11-10, Clara Edwards again to serve it for Clay Center. Lady Tigers serve across, passed up front. Schrader, far side set, Bergman, and she goes into net. We're tied at 11. And Bergman had a pretty good wind-up at it, but hit it right into net. And so the Lady Tigers have tied it up here 11 apiece. Edwards the serve. Pass up front. Schrader, forearm set. Bergman again. This time, point Clay Center out of bounds. She hit the antenna on the nets. 2 Lady Tigers were there defending, and now Clay Center leads at 12-11. Edwards again to serve, and she's on a roll right now. Here's Schrader. Bergman, soft spikes, batted back across by Ferguson. Now up at the net, set across by Schrader. Hamill, right back from Ferguson to Hamill. A spike across, dug out on the back row. Play up front, good block by Hannah Ferguson again. Set to the back row. Edwards in the middle of the set by Thief. Wind up by Ferguson. Now back again it comes Hamill. Good dig by Concordia on the back row. One more time, and she gets a winner in. And ties back up at 12 apiece. Good rally on both sides. Play Center had some really good hits up at the net. Just couldn't get one down. Good defense by Concordia leads to an eventual point on the spike by Sydney Bergman. 12-12 tie, game 2 of our first match. Here's Shivers. Back row, they'll have to pass it across. Haley Franson does so. Schrader up at net. Short set. Blocked back home. Hannah Ferguson gets it in. And the Lady Tigers have the lead back at 13-12. Ferguson able to stuff that back in. And the Lady Tigers continue to have some things working right now. Here's the serve across. Big wind-up and pulled wide by Bergman. She had every bit of the hit she wanted, but just pulled it wide left. And now Clay Center stretching the lead to 2, 14-12. Jerry Shivers to serve it. To the back row, passed up front. Schrader, back row set for Williams, and out of bounds. Play Center leads by 3, 15-12. And just a hitting performance by Concordia where they've had some good swings at it and not put it down. And now Shivers just hits the tape and it hangs on and falls back on the Lady Tiger side. But they lead by 2 here, 15-13. Concordia back with the serve. They will drop back to serve it. On its way across, just catches tape. Maddie Craig still digs it out. Shivers, middle set. Hannah Ferguson winds it up to the back row. Here's Schrader up front for Bergman, and she finds the winner. It's 15-14 there. So the Lady Tigers lead is down to 1. They've stretched it out to 3 in this second game, down 1-0 in the first match of the night, and down 16 or leading 15-14 now in this second game. Here's Shivers, the set up front. Wickersham, yes! Janessa Wickersham gets it across and in. They went for the block and could not get enough of it, and right into the tape, and now it's 16-14, and it'll be Hamill to serve it again. Across it comes. Pass up near the net. Schrader, the set for Bergman, blocks back across. Now Ferguson stuffs it back in. Hannah Ferguson with a good second game here, and Clay Center leads at 17-14. It'll be Aaron Hamill again to serve it. Waits for the whistle, has it, brings it right across. Late get on the back row by Concordia. Now Conway sets it across. Shivers, good diving dig to keep it alive. Now set across by Conway. Hamill to Shivers. The set. Franson really swipes one across. Good dig by Schrader. Now passed across. It is going to be Craig. Up front it comes to Franson again to the back row. Into net. Concordia. Point Clay Center. They lead at 18-14. And a timeout again by the Lady Panthers. Clay Center making a move. They lead 18-14 in the second game. Down 1-1 in our opening match. Stay with us. Lady Tiger Volleyball will continue next.
Did you capture a protein premium on your wheat this season? If not, it may be time to reconsider what you're planting. Oldie Seed is introducing several new varieties that will provide excellent yield and protein potential, and all varieties meet the Oldie Gold standard. Wheat technology is evolving, and planting one of the Oldie Seed top-yielding varieties or blends this season is the first step in achieving higher yields and increased income. Contact Oldie Seed today.
18-14 with second game underway this first match. The Lady Tigers with that lead. Now, they trailed by a 4-point margin early in this game even, but battled back now with a 4-point lead of their own. Here's a play up front for Bergman. They set her in the middle, and she's punching one home. It's 18-15. Dig if the Lady Tigers can find a way here in this second game to continue to answer. They'll keep getting points back after the spike by Bergman, who serves it across. Hamill's tough get, and it's going to be the legal touch. So the violation gives the serve back again to Concordia, and it's down to a 2-point lead, 18-16. Bergman to serve it. Across it comes. Craig to Shivers. Middle set. Ferguson winds it up. Point across, and Clay Center gets the point in, and the lead back to 3 at 19-16. And it will be Hannah Ferguson to serve it. 3-point lead, trying to go first to 20. They are up 19-16. Serve across. Concordia, Schrader, far side set for Williams. Ferguson pass up front, a good one to Shivers. They'll set up Haley Franson to the back row. It's saved up near the net. Schrader to Conway. Back row, Ferguson gets a hand on it. Now Hamill. Now Ferguson will have to roll it across and does so. 19-16, Clay Center leads it. Williams soft spike across and finds open area. And the Lady Tiger lead is 2, 19-17. We'll serve again back to Concordia. The serve coming from the Lady Panthers' Caitlin Miller. Here's Hamill. Shivers. The set across. Here's Franson. Good spike, and it will be a point, Clay Center. It was blocked up front, but high and back and deep and out of bounds. And it's 20-17. Clay Center does get the 21st. They lead by 3 in the second game of our first match. Wickersham to serve it. Pass up front. Schrader. Front set for Williams, and again she guides it away from the defender. And the lead is 2, 20-18. Clay Center with that 2-point lead. It will be Chloe Conway again back to serve it for the Lady Panthers of Concordia. Lady Tigers looking for their first conference win this year. 0-4 in the NCKL. Concordia 3-1, second ranked in the state. Here's a pass across. Good pass from Maddie Craig at front feet. The set for Janae Shivers. Just across, and now hit across by Clara Edwards with the win. Edwards stuffs it back home, and the Lady Tiger lead 21-18. The freshman gets another one in this set. It was a great hit up front by Shivers. Concordia just able to dig it out. It came across tape, and Edwards went up and flushed it home. And there's a good serve by Franson. The struggle for Concordia to get it across. They will on the roll. Here's Edwards. Thief. Back set. Shivers winds it up, and out of bounds. 22-18. Clay Center by 4. Danae Shivers with the points. Franson again to serve it. Lady Tigers a 4-point lead in the second game. The serve from Franson, a short one. Dug out. Schrader to Williams, and it's out of bounds. 23-18. Lady Tigers by 5 in the second game, trying to stretch this to a third and deciding. It'll be Franson to serve. Across it comes. And an ace for Franson, and it's game point, Clay Center. Haley Franson with the ace. Game point, Lady Tigers, 24-18. They trailed early in this game, and now for the win. Pass up front. It's stuffed back across. Point Clay Center, they win it 25-18. Lady Tigers will force it into a third game in this opening match against the second-ranked team in the state. Stay with us. Lady Tiger Volleyball continues next.
It's flu season, and the flu shot is your best bet for avoiding the most common strains of the flu. Do what you can to protect yourself and others. Flu shots are available now at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy. They make it incredibly convenient. All you need to do is walk in any day, Monday through Friday during regular business hours, and get your flu shot. No appointment necessary. They'll even bill your insurance. Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center, Abilene, and Salina.
As a farmer, every season brings with it a number of decisions to make. Right now, you're deciding what variety of wheat seed to buy and how many acres to plant. At Wilbur Ellis, we have the information you need on the latest seed technology, plant nutrition, and protection. We have wheat seed and cover crop seed with the right traits and genetics, along with multiple ways to apply them. Let us also supply your starter fertilizer and nitrogen need. We're Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
So 25-18, the Lady Tigers storm back in this second game, and they're going to push it into a third and deciding. After losing the first game 25-17, they dominate down the stretch and really stretch it out and win it, coming home 25-18. And this will put the NCKL leaders and number 2 ranked team Concordia Panthers into a third set against the Lady Tigers here at Concordia. Huge win for Lady Tigers, and they got it going across the board. Aces from Haley Franson there late, and then up at the net, Hannah Ferguson got it going. Sarah Edwards, Aaron Hamill, and the list goes on and on. The work up at the net for the Lady Tigers. Jay Shivers, you got to throw in that mix. Haley Franson as well. And defensively, just making sure and keeping it in play. We saw several scrambles. Maddie Craig on that back row, and Gracie Beef, and everyone making a contribution throughout that game and winning at 25-18. Huge win, and now they get a chance to go to a third and deciding set. It will be both teams on the court waiting. You know, Concordia will have the service. It will be Lake and Schroeder back to serve. And now they're over at the official stand, making sure that rotations are correct, lineups are correct. It looks like we're ready to go again. The Lady Tigers come from 4 down to end up winning it, pulling away in that second game. They win it 25-18. Concordia, again, will have the serve. And we're talking with the Lady Tiger lineup on the court to make sure the official has the rotations set properly, the substitution set properly, and taking a long time to get them all set to go. Now Maddie Craig gets to rotate in at the libero position defensively, since Concordia does have the serve. And I think we're really close to getting this third and deciding game going. So they split the first 2 games of the first match of the night. And now the Lady Tigers will see if they can pull the upset against the Concordia Lady Panthers. And again, both coaches, both teams ready to work. The officials trying to get ready. Final scribbles on the notepad, and now the chair umpire, which is the floor umpire, and says, let's do it. And we're underway. Game number 3. Maddie Craig pass up front. Steve. The set for Ferguson, winds it up, partially blocked up front by Concordia. Another pass to Schrader. Back row set up for Williams, stuffed back across by Shivers. Concordia stays in the point, though. Here's Spieth, back set. Janae Shivers winds it up. Point good. Play center the early lead as Janae Shivers with another kill. She had a couple in the last set, and unofficially 4 or 5 now on the night, and a big one there for Clay Center. And the serve from Shivers. Right back up at net. Ferguson slams it back across. Concordia trying to stay alive. They will get it back to Clay Center's side. Here's Wickersham. Ferguson again. Yes! Clay Center up 2-0. And the Lady Tigers right now got a little rhythm going offensively, and they've kept some things alive on the defensive side as well. Shivers will again serve it. 3 of our opening match. Lady Tigers up 2-0. Shivers serve across. A good one. Schrader. Back set. Williams lines it up. Good spike, but dug out by Franson. Now set across by Ferguson. Concordia scrambles. They keep it alive. Craig to Shivers. Middle set. No, far side to Hamill. Saved by Hamill off the block. Now it's going to be Ferguson to the back row and just misses. Like a lob in tennis, she went for that back line and just about nailed it, but it was just about a volleyball length long. And so Concordia the serve, their first point. It's 2-1 center. Craig, the pass up front goes across net. Bergman to Schrader, right back to Bergman. And she puts it in the net. Play center leads it 3-1. The Lady Tigers keep it going here with a 2-point lead in game number 3. Aaron Hamill to serve. And it's long. It's going to be 3-2. Clay Center with that lead of 1 now. Lady Tiger Volleyball here on KCLY. We'll have another regular season match still to come. And, of course, we'll cover the postseason once substate is set. Wickersham up front, the spike. Dug by Bergman. Schrader in the middle to Williams. And stuffed back home by Hannah Ferguson. And it's a 4-2 third game. Clay Center leads it. And Ferguson will drop back to serve it. Hannah Ferguson was what I have for her third block already in this one. And now as a serve into net, though, and Concordia's point, it's 4-3. To serve it will be Caitlin Miller. Across it comes, and this is going to go long. The call from the freshman Maddie Craig, and Aaron Hamill backed away and let it go long. It's 5-3. Clay Center with the lead now by 2. Third game of our opening match. Great serve by Wickersham. Had to be dug out by Miller. Now up front, Conway sets it across. Wickersham to Shivers. Far side, left-handed push across by Franson. Up near net. Stuffed by Edwards. Picked up by Williams. Now the far side to Conway. And Hamill keeps it alive. Play center will roll it across. Franson does so. Now the set from Schrader. Back set Williams. Soft spike across, and they can't cover it up from the back row. 5-4 now. Clay Center by 1. Looks like that opening, or that second game, as we mentioned, if Clay Center can continue to defend and keep the lead and the pressure on, it would be huge for their work in this match. They have it tied at 1 game apiece. Franson to Thief. Far side, Janae Shivers, and into net, we're tied at 5. 5-5 tie. And it's Conway back to serve it now for the Panthers. Craig, the pass up front, Thief. Back set, this is Franson. Soft spike across, Schrader digs it out. Now Williams to Schrader, who will set it across. Edwards keeps it alive, so does Thief, and now Craig sets it across to Concordia. They've got a chance at net. Williams up front, and it is good in the back corner, and the Panthers have the lead for the first time in this third game, 6-5. Correction, they led 1-0, but Clay Center had the lead out to 2 points, and now it's 6-5 Concordia. To serve it, again, will be Chloe Conway. Freshman brings it across. Here's Franson to Thief. Far side set. Janae Shivers blocked back across. Dug out by Franson. Saved by Shivers and then put across by Edwards. Here's Williams again. Soft block. Craig up front. Thief. Back set. Shivers winds it up and just gets it across. And that's a violation on Concordia. Clay Center ties it up again at 6-6. It will be Edwards to serve it. Maddie Craig will actually stay in. She was going to rotate out Hannah Ferguson, but not. That'll be on the next rotation. 6-6 tie. Franson the serve. Passed up front. Schrader to Williams. And it's wide. And Clay Center gets the point. The lead back at 7-6. Franson to serve. Tied at a game apiece. Opening match. The Lady Tigers trying to pull off the upset. The serve from Franson, a short one. They do get it. Flat-footed spike across. Maddie Craig. Pass up front for Thief. Here's the play at the net. Aaron Hamill spikes it across. Saved by Concordia. Now across net, and Concordia is going to get the point, tied at 7-7. The touch by Concordia hit the top of the tape. It kind of rolled across the top of that net and then finally fell down where Clay Center could not get to it. Here's the serve across Franson to Thief. The setup for Hamill. Spike to the back row. And that's an illegal touch. Point, Clay Center. The Lady Tigers get the point and have the lead back now at 8-7. Clara Edwards will serve it. Game 3 of this opening match. Lady Tigers with the 8-7 lead. Great serve by Edwards, and Clayson unable to scramble. Concordia again got the top of the tape with this volleyball, and that hung on that net for a couple of seconds, kind of rode it a little away from the defender, and then fell home where nobody was asked to play center. So tough break for the Lady Tigers. We're tied at 8. Serve from Schrader. Short one. Dug out by Hamill. Across the net it goes. Bergman will set it up front, and it's stuffed back across by Ferguson. Picked up by the Lady Panthers. Stuffed again by Ferguson. Now set to the back row. Craig tracks it down. Good pass to Feith. Set up front, forearm set. Ferguson sets it across. Point, Clay Center. And they'll have the lead back at 9-8. And the serve back in their possession. Third game of this first match. Janessa Wickersham is going to rotate back in on the front row for Gracie Feith. So it's Wickersham, Ferguson, Hamill. Back row is Craig, Franson, and Janae Shivers, who is serving. Across it comes. Good low serve. Barely got out of there, and it's stuffed back across again. Hannah Ferguson puts Clay Center on top 10-8. Shivers will serve it. Lady Tigers tied at 1 game apiece in this first match. They lead 10-8 in Game 3. Great serve from Shivers, dug out by Bergman. Now the play up front. Concordia cross court, out of bounds. 11-8. And Concordia wants a timeout. The Lady Tigers lead by 3 in game number 3. Stay with us. Lady Tiger Volleyball will continue next.
It's that time of year, time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
Lady Tigers an 11-8 lead, up by 3 in game number 3 right now against the number 2 ranked team in the state of Kansas, the Concordia Lady Panthers in 4A Division 2. The Lady Tigers, long way to go in this one, but right now put themselves in that position as Janae Shivers gets set to serve it out the Concordia timeout. To the back row, pass up front, Schrader, middle set, Bergman, soft spike across, blocked back by Aaron Hamill. Now they'll set to the middle, and partially blocked, and falls in on the Lady Tiger side off the hit by Pagan Larson. 11-9, Clay Center by 2. Concordia again to serve it. Across it comes. Maddie Craig up front, Shivers. Back set. This is Hamill. Lines it up, and it's blocked back in by Bergman. Correction, that may have been the freshman Conway who got it. Now 11-10. Clay Center with a 1-point lead. Game 3 of our first match. Concordia serves. Franson, Shivers, middle set. Ferguson winds it up, goes cross court, and a winner. And the Lady Tigers back up by 2 now, 12-10. And Hamill back to serve it. Lady Tigers lost game 1, 25-17. Storm back to win game 2, 25-18. They lead 12-10 in this third game. Here's Bergman, and a missed time from Schrader to Bergman. It's back to a 3-point Lady Tiger lead. Hamill to serve. 13-10, serve across, pass up near net, stuffed back across, and Concordia keeps it alive. Here's Wickersham, middle set, Ferguson, back row, good save by Schrader. Forearm set for Conway, they have to roll it across, chance for Clay Center. Maddie to Shivers, middle set, Ferguson again. Back row, hits up in the rafters. Concordia scrambling. They will not get it across. Point Clay Center. They're up 14-10. Hannah Ferguson with a play at nets. And the Lady Tigers with a 4-point lead in this third game. Hamill to serve it. Touches tape. Ace serve for Aaron Hamill. Saw that earlier for Concordia. Now it's the Lady Tigers who get the benefit of the tape serve. It just touched it. Put the timing of Concordia completely off whack. The point falls in. Clay Center at 15-10. Serve across from Hamill. Williams to Schrader. To Bergman. Soft spike. Dug out by Hamill. Here's Shivers. Haley Franson sets it across the tape to the far side. Now Bergman up front. Winds it up. Partially blocked by Ferguson. Shivers to Wickersham. Right back to Hannah, but goes into net. And it's 15-11. Good swing by Ferguson just a little away from the net where she wanted to be to attack that time. And the point to the Lady Panthers, 15-11. Here's the serve from Bergman to Craig. Shivers, far side set. Branson winds it up and dug out by Concordia, then set across nicely by Lincoln Schrader. Caught the Lady Tiger defense with that gap in the middle and just set it across. Looked like she was going to set up Bergman and found open territory. 15-12, though. Clay Center by 3. Important moment here for the Lady Tigers and a point. Anna Ferguson gets the point. She touched it across, just really scrambling to keep it alive, and the lead goes back to 4. That's 16-12. The serve from Ferguson. Across it comes. Up front, Williams. Back row, and it goes up in a Raptors. Clay Center's going to stay in this point. Up front again, Wickersham. Now Shivers, the set for Franson. The spike into net, and it will be 16-13. Clay Center by 3. That first to 20 so important, of course. And that's what the Lady Tigers are trying to accomplish right here. They lead it 16-13. The serve is out of bounds. Point Clay Center, 17-13. Maddie Craig again letting it go on that back row. The libero in defensively. Here's Wickersham. Serve to the backside. Barely gotten by Bergman. Now up front. They'll set it across. Chance for Clay Center. Hamill to Wickersham. Middle set. Clara Edwards winds it up and finds pay dirt. It's 18-13. The Lady Tigers 5-5 in game number 3. Concordia, another timeout. Lady Tigers up by 5 in game 3 when we come back.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant Elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
18-13. Lady Tigers right now have the lead in this third game of our opening set, trying to knock off the second-ranked team in the state. They went to the finals last year, lost to Hayden in straight sets, a runner-up in 4A Division II state. And the Lady Tigers right now trying to pull the upset. They lead at 18-13 out of the Panther timeout. Janessa Wickersham the serve. Schrader the set. Williams finds open court. It's 18-14 now. Lady Panthers will have the service back. Clay Center with a 4-point lead. And Chloe Conway back to serve at the freshman for Concordia. 18-14, Clay Center by 4. The serve across. Hamill up front. Thief sets it across to Concordia. Now they'll scramble. They did a play on it net. Blocked by Edwards, but into tape. And now it's 18-15. For Concordia, a couple of straight points out of the timeout. Lady Panthers serve. Conway again. Back row, it is Craig to Thief. Far side set. Shivers has to set it to Concordia. They've got to play up front. Williams again. Blocked, but out of bounds. And it's 18-16. Concordia making a push. Timeout to Clay Center. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on 100.9.
Fellow Clay Centerites, the Union State Bank sign is fixed. Downtown Clay Center can continue as normal. It's these time-old traditions like Union State Bank clock that we rely on. Just like we've relied on Union State Bank for the last 116 years to always be the pillar of downtown Clay Center. Isn't it nice you can count on the same bank name, the same faces at your local bank? Union State Bank, member FDIC.
18-16, Lady Tigers lead it. Concordia making a move here against them. They've got a 4-point lead down to 2 out of the Lady Tiger timeout. Maddie kicked the pass to Thief. Janae Shivers, cross-court spike, picked up by the Panthers. Now up front is Williams. Dug out back row. This is Hamill. Set across now by Shivers. A scramble by Concordia. Now a play up net for Williams, and she finds another winner. Jessica Williams really catching fire here in this third game, and Concordia's got a 4-point lead down to 1. 18-17. And the serve to Concordia once again, and this freshman Chloe Conway. This will be her 4th straight serve as she took over when it was 18-14. Here's Franson to Thief. Middle set, Clara Edwards blocked across and a point. We're tied at 18, and guess who? Jessica Williams again. She's had 2 winners up front and now a block for a winner, and it's tied at 18-18. The serve from Conway. Hamill to Fee to Janae Shivers. Winds it up and buries one on the other side at 19-18. Play center by 1. And the serve goes to Haley Franson. 19-18. Clay center by 1 with the serve. It catches tape. It goes across. Play up front for Concordia. No, it's set across. Edwards to Fee. Back set. Shivers winds up, and it's stuffed back across by, again, Williams. 19-19. It's going right down to the wire on this one. And now Williams, good news for Clay Center. Jessica Williams is not on the front row. She's back serving. She has been dynamic up front against Clay Center. Here's Maddie Craig to the front. Fief will set it across. Now Concordia. Schrader. Far side set for Larson. To the back row, Craig. This is Speed. Sets it for Aaron Hamill. Good hit, and it is going to be gathered up by Concordia, and they just stay in this point. Speed, forearms at Janae Shivers' spike, and it's dug out by Williams. Now up front, Bergman, soft spike. Hamill to Franson. Clara Edwards will roll it across. Williams to Schrader. Middle set, Bergman winds it up. Clay Center trying to stay alive, and it cannot. And Concordia has the first lead of this third game since nothing. In the serving. The serve across. Here's Craig. Gracie Fee. Back set. Shivers winds it up, and point. Clay Center retired again at 20. Janae Shivers gets the point. Concordia actually ended up into net on that play, and it's 20-20. Lady Tigers serve it. Edwards to the back row. Pass up front, Schrader. Far side set, Bergman. And she gets the winner across, a little off balance, but she angled it nicely, and they were unable to defend it. 21-20. Clay Center now down by 1. Concordia the service. Crucial points now for both teams down the stretch here. Serve across. Craig up front. Craig had her feet trying to get to it, and unable to get there to set it. And out of bounds to Concordia, they lead 22-20. Now Coach Robert Moran wants another timeout. We'll break as well. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on KCLY.
Whether you're feeding a small group or a large crowd, everyone will love the Hickory Smoked Meats from Ray's Apple Market. Choose from tender chicken, savory pulled pork, and zesty ribs that make your mouth water. Call the deli department or stop by to place your orders of any size.
Here at Ray's, it is our passion to give you, our customer, a pleasant, time-saving shopping experience while providing exceptional products at value prices with uncommon customer service. Thank you from our family to yours. Shop small, shop local.
Clay Center knocking on the door, but now Concordia, 2-point lead, 22-20. Schrader the serve across. Branson, the pass. Speed. It's going to be set. Ferguson.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Here's a tech tip from Blue Valley Telecommunications. Do you know what bandwidth is, or megabytes? Bandwidth is the amount of information your internet connection can move. It's described in megabytes or megs. How much bandwidth you need depends upon how many devices you have and what you're going to use your internet for.
Match point now for Concordia. 20. Comes up short in this third game of our opening match. 20. Third game for falling 25 on this. and a great effort from the Lady Tigers. Stay with us. We'll come back in just a moment with more. Okay, here.
Think of it in terms of water. The size of a water hose determines how quickly you get water, and the same goes for your internet. A garden hose pumps out less water than a fire hose, just like a 5 meg connection loads pages slower than a 20 meg. At the end of your hose is a sprinkler, which is equivalent to your router. If your sprinkler is old and clogged, it can only push out so much water, no matter how big of a hose it's connected to. For best results, be sure your router is up to date. For more questions, check out our website at bluevalley.net.
Are you looking for the right bank to complement your busy schedule? Look no further. United Bank and Trust has just what you need. From easy online, mobile, and tablet banking to online loan applications, there is no need to try to find time to reach the bank before closing hours. You can simply apply for that new mortgage or car loan in the comfort of your own home, or check the balances of your accounts while waiting in the line at the grocery store. United Bank and Trust makes banking convenient for you. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Cropping System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
Well, back once again in Concordia. What a terrific match between the second-ranked team in the state, the Concordia Lady Panthers, who won 25-17, and Clay Center stormed back 25-18. We went to their third game. They led 18-14. The Lady Tigers were up 18-14 before eventually it would be a 25-21 final, and Concordia comes from behind to win it. Great effort for the Lady Tigers, and just terrific flipping down the board for this team. Let's see if that'll build for them something to come back in the second match when they do take on that second varsity match. Now, there's JV and freshman matches going on here tonight as well. The JV match about set to go, so we're going to break away. I'll keep you updated on that match through our social media. I'll break back in as we're getting closer to that second varsity match, and when they are ready to go for that, I'll bring you back live again to Concordia. Lady Tigers falling a thriller in 3 games to the second-ranked team in the state, the Concordia Lady Panthers. I'll take you back now to the studios to regular programming, but when we're set to go again from Concordia, our second varsity match will bring you back live. Announced here for the second varsity match. They had the national anthem, the band on hand at senior night for Concordia Lady Panthers volleyball. The Lady Tigers really pushed the second-ranked team in the state in 4A Division II Concordia to the limit, and had an 18-14 lead in that third game. Can't stress enough, they were on the cusp of getting that thing done and just couldn't quite close it out. 25-21, the final in that third game. Concordia able to hold on. That puts them on the season now. Concordia comes into this matchup with a record of 5-1, or 4-1, I should say, in league play, and they are 17-4 overall. The Lady Tigers dropped to 0-5 in the league, 5-13. But again, they push the team to the limit before coming up just short. One more quick timeout, and we'll come back with your opening serve when starting lineups are finished up here in Con.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Place your order now for next spring's crops and save a bundle. Count on Crop Production Services of Clay Center for the best quality corn and soybean seed. Their proven brands include DeKalb, Asgrow, Dynagro, Producers Hybrids, and LG. If you order now, you can take advantage of early cash and volume discounts, and they also have financing available. The agronomists at CPS stay current on the ever-changing field of seed technology, so they can provide well-informed advice to help increase your productivity.
Punch up your internet for a knockout school year. The start of the school year is a great time to upgrade your home's internet plan with Twin Valley. After all, the whole family puts heavyweight demands on your connection with multiple devices, streaming, and more. Get up to a gig download speed now for only $99.95 a month. To clinch it, they'll throw in free installation. No phone line required. Quit fighting the slow speeds. Call Twin Valley at 800-515-3311.
Starting lineups now have been announced, and these two teams, I think, are ready to get going again. And what a matchup it was. Will Concordia come out and really impose their will on the second match and take some control? Look at the Lady Tigers build off of what they did in that opening match, losing in 3 games and a thrilling finish. 25-21, Concordia was able to come back and from behind, down 14-18 to Clay Center, and win in that final game to take match number 1. So we are just about ready for the teams to take the court. They are lined up on the sideline. Officials getting final looks in, and we should be just about ready to get this thing going. Again, it's homecoming week for the Lady Tigers and all Tiger sports. There'll be a Tiger Golf Invitational coming up on Thursday afternoon at the Clay Center Country Club, and then, of course, the Clay Center Tigers hosting Marysville on Friday night as they get a chance to take on Marysville and what is going to be a big-time NCKL showdown. Marysville knocked off by Concordia. The Panthers were able to get it done on Friday and give Marysville their first league loss and first loss of the season. And so that'll be Friday night at 7, Auto Under Stadium, homecoming Friday night. And the Tigers have won 3 straight. They are 2-0 in the NCKL, and so a lot of implications for the league crown certainly will be decided on Friday night, and certainly give an upper hand or even out the field to someone when that football Friday rolls around. We're just about set to go here. The Lady Tigers have Hannah Ferguson up on the front row with Gracie Thief and Janae Shivers, and then you have Erin Hamill on the back row, Haley Franson and Maddie Craig. We are set to work. It'll be Lakin Schrader who serves it for the Concordia Lady Panthers to start it. Jump serve on its way across to the back row. They let it go long, and a 1-0 start for Clay Center. So Schrader, one of those 4 seniors for Concordia. Lakin Schrader, Sydney Bergman, Jessica Williams, Natalie Vines wrapping up their home senior career, and what a career it's been for the Lady Panthers, going to state last year, runner-up at state, and number 2 ranked this season in the state of Kansas. There's a good dig by Haley Franson diving out of nowhere to keep the play alive. Now the play up front, blocked back across by Ferguson. Now Hamill punches one to the back row. Natalie Vines comes up with it, and it's blocked again. Hannah Ferguson, and a 2-0 start for the Lady Tigers. So Ferguson 2 blocks early here, and then the 2-0 lead, and Clay Center gets service back. She had 2 blocks on that play, that rally, that the first one was saved, the second one went home. Now the serve from Shivers goes long, and it's 2-1, Clay Center the lead, and Natalie Vines will have the serve. Vines, the Concordia libero. Franson up front, Shivers, middle set. Ferguson off balance, still gets it across and finds open territory between 2 Panther defenders, and it's 3-1. Clay Center off to a good start here. Just a backpedal a bit and was off balance, Ferguson, but Anna got a good swipe at it and able to get enough of it in, get it in. It's 3-1. There's a spike on the way from Bergman, and it's going to be out of bounds. 4-1 start. Clay Center, a good look early in this second varsity match. They lost the first one in 3. Erin Hamill to serve it again. 4-1, Lady Tigers leading. Good serve across, Vine handles it. Short set, Bergman pulls it wide left, and now 5-1 to start. Clay Center up early in game number 1. Hamill set to work. Serve on its way. Passed up front, Bergman to Schrader. And now the freshman Conway gets a good hit on it. Craig keeps it alive. Shivers saves it, and Franson rolls it across to Concordia's side of the court. And weak side shot is going to fall in. Tough look by Maddie Meyer. Lady Tigers tried to let it go, and it just hung in on the back left corner. 5-2. Clay Center leads it by 3. Game 1 of the second match. The serve across, Hamill. The dig. Shivers across, it goes to Franson. Cross-court shot is saved by Bergman on the back row. Now Conway up front. Good dig by Shivers. Now Craig may have hit a beam up at the top. They've got those soundboards that hang down from the top of the gymnasium here that help with the acoustics and the lighting, and I think it caught the corner of that and put the timing off. Up front, Franson, a good look, but it hit the antenna. And so it's going to be 5-4. Clay Center had the 3-point lead. Now it's down to 1. They do still have the lead, though, in game 1 as Sigmund Bergman gets set to serve it. Across it comes. Hamill up front. Shivers. Middle set, and Hannah Ferguson just has to set it to the back row. Vines up front. Now Williams winds it up and puts the winner in, and it's tied at 5-5. So Clay Center got the early start in this one, and now Concordia has returned the favor, and we're all knotted at 5 apiece. Opening game, second match of the night for the varsity, and there's an ace service in. Clay Center last second decided to let that go, and it hung in there and stayed in bounds, and now Concordia their first lead at 6-5. Bergman again to serve it. To the back row. Patty Craig gets it up in the air on the pass, now to Hamill. Ferguson rolls it across, tried to push the line, and just pumped it a little bit left. And now a timeout taken by Coach Moran. 7-5, Clay Center down by 2. Concordia on a run. Clay Center jumped out early, now trails by 2 in game 1 of our second match here in Concordia.
Long before Bill Snyder ever strolled the campus of Kansas State, the doctors at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center have been serving as the team's physicians. Having helped thousands of K-State athletes for over 30 years, you too can trust the skilled care and knowledge of the professional staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center. Located at 1600 Charles Place in Manhattan, they have everything they need to get you up and running once again. Find them online at kansasortho.com. Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center. The greatest comebacks begin here.
Concordia with the serve after the Lady Tiger timeout. Clay Center down by 2. Good rally to start here. Haley Francis gets a good hit on it. Concordia saves it back into play. Now Conway up front. There's Craig up front to Shivers, who will push it toward the back corner. Vine saves it. Now check that Meyer with the shot up front. Shivers to Wickersham, and then Hannah Ferguson slams it home down the middle. They're going to say point, yes? They sit down, and the Clay Center thought the play was going on, so they tried to keep the play going, but it was a point. Hannah Ferguson with the spike in the middle off the set from Wickersham. So good rally back and forth. Clay Center gets the point out of it. 7-6 now, down by 1, back with the service. Ferguson brings it across. Schrader up front. Williams winds it up. Good dig by Shivers. Now Ferguson. And it's almost touched across by Shivers. It just caught the top of the tape. 8-6 now, Concordia by 2. The serve coming in, Caitlin Miller, the 5'3" junior to serve it. Lady Panthers, second ranked in the state, 4A Division II. They lead it 8-6. Patty Craig, the pass up front. Here's Shivers. In the middle, it's Clara Edwards who will set it across. Now Schrader to Williams. Clay Center almost got it back into play. Hamill with that left hand stabbed it out there. Got a hit on it, but just not enough. And it's Concordia now with a 3-point lead. Pass across. Hamill. Diving get by Shivers. Wickersham trying to keep it in play. Diving over toward the scorer's table. Clay Center falls behind here 10-6 in this opening game. They led by 3 early on and now trail 10-6. Panthers again to serve it. Franson up front. Shivers middle set. Edwards, the freshman, gets a good hit on it. Vines digs it out. Now it's the Panther freshman Conway. Good dig by Craig, another freshman on the court. Franson, she has a winner on the far side, and it's 10-7. Clay Center with the points, and Janessa Wickersham will drop back to serve it. Lady Tigers trail by 3, opening game of our second match of the night. On senior night for the Panthers, Wickersham, good serve, dug out by Bergman. Schrader now up front, and a miss hit near the net by Chloe Conway, and it's 10-8. Clay Center will have a chance to keep the serve, cut another point off the lead. They trail by 2. Wickersham serve, back row, Bergman passes it way up top, and now it's Schrader, and another miss hit off the set from Schrader, and now 10-9. Clay Center right back within 1. It'll be Wickersham to keep the service. Good run going for the senior at serve. Back within 1. And now sends this one long. 11-9. Clay Center down by 2. Thief will rotate back in as Wickersham comes off. You have Franson, Craig, Hamill, Shivers, and Edwards on the floor for the Lady Tigers. 11-9. And the serve across. Craig, Thief, far side set. Shivers winds it up. It's blocked back, but she keeps it alive. Now set across by Franson. Up front it comes. Hit on the way. Craig keeps it in play and set across by Shivers. Now it's set by Schrader, and she finds open court. Blakely Schrader setting it. And instead of going to her hitter up front, Tegan Larson, just set it to an open area at the Lady Tiger defense, and Concordia leads by 3, 12-9. Serve from Conway. Craig. Up front it comes to Beef. Now Franson had a kill a moment ago on the far side. This one saved in. Williams puts the hit out of bounds. And it's a point to Clay Center. They trail by 2, 12-10. Haley Franson to serve it. The Lady Tigers down by 2, opening game of the second match. They lost in 3 in that first match of the night. Here's a back row set for Bergman, and into net. It's 12-11. Clay Center right back within 1. And the question was, coming out of that match, would Clay Center be able to build momentum off of playing so well against a strong team that Concordia is, or would Concordia come out and kind of take control? Thus far, Clay Center's answered the call. Erin Hamill thought that was off pace. She says she's shaking her head at to Coach Moran on the sideline. I didn't touch it. She thought it was just off pace. The official thought she blocked it. I think that the collegiate level, Coach Moran would be holding up a green challenge card there. But unfortunately, it's 13-11 Concordia. Now the set for Shivers. And she buries one, just out of bounds on the far side. Today thinking there might have been a touch by the defender, but it's out of bounds. And now 14-11, Concordia back up by 3. Shivers really put a hard hit on it, but it just was pulled barely wide. Here's Franson up front to Beef. Set for Hamill. Winds it up, blocked back across. Right there to dig it out, though. Here's Edwards, and it's stuffed back in by Bergman. 15-11 now. Clay Center trails by 4. First game of the second match. Again, they pushed Concordia to the limit the first time, and the first match lost in 3. And now an ace serve across by Williams. And Coach Robert Moran wants a timeout. 16-11, Concordia leads it in our second match of the evening here in Con. We're back after this.
Replacing a roof is a substantial undertaking. It's one of the biggest financial commitments a homeowner will make. But the long-term value of a solid, attractive, and leak-free roof is well worth it. McGee Roofing offers residential and commercial roofing replacement, along with guttering and siding. With the colors and textures available in siding, you can customize the look of your home or business. For roof replacement or repair, gutters and siding, McGee Roofing is committed to customer satisfaction. Call them for an estimate.
Concordia now out to a 16-11 lead. They trailed 5-2 early in this, and then turned things around, and now they lead at 16-11. Jessica Williams again to serve it. Hamill, the pass to Feet. Back set for Shivers up near the net. Stuff back across. Craig keeps it alive. Good dig. Feet will roll it across to Concordia. Binds up front to Schrader. Middle short set. Craig, good dig. Now it's Feet to Hamill. Winds it up. Back throw, and it just misses. Great spike, good rally for Clay Center, but they come up short. Coach Moran applauding the effort on that play. Now down 6, 17-11. Williams to serve. Hamill goes across, and then the punch put in by Larson. The pass from Hamill went across the top of the tape, and Larson went up and stuffed it back across. It's 18-11 now, Concordia by 7. Williams again serves it. Beef, back set, Shivers. Soft spike across. Point, Clay Center. Janae Shivers got over the outstretched blocker's arms and then found some space between the back row. It's 18-12. Clara Edwards back to serve it now for the Lady Tigers. And now we've got an official turning to talk to the Concordia student body, it appears. Having a stern conversation. We've got a thumbs up from the crowd, and they may be a little less animated. I have no idea what they said, but he didn't like what he heard. There's a spike in by Sydney Bergman, and now it's 19-12. Layton Schrader back to serve it. 19-12 the lead for Concordia here in game 1 of our second match. Clay Center pushed them to 3. They lost 17-25 in the first game in that opening match, then came back and won the second one 25-18. Now Clay Center scrambling and unable to get a play across. And now trailing 20-12. Schrader to serve. 8-point Panther lead. Schrader serve across. Dug out by Franson. Now the setup front. Shivers winds it up, but it's long. 21-12. Lady Tigers trail here in game 1, 21-12. And now set to serve it. Schrader. Short serve. It's dug out by Franson. Now the set for Hannah Ferguson. Into net, 22-12. Concordia with the lead of 10. And still with the serve is Schrader. on senior night for the Lady Panthers. They were scared in the first one, threatened, got it done, and now dominant first game anyway. 22-12 they lead. Play Center will get a flat-footed spike from Shivers. Now Schrader up front touches it across. Ferguson keeps it alive. Oh, headsy play by Janae Shivers. Everyone for Concordia sucked up near the net, punched across by Schrader, and then Shivers just pushed it to the corner where no one was home. Point, Play Center, and it's 22-13. Panthers lead by 9. The serve from Shivers on its way across. Pass up front. Middle set. Bergman stuffed back across by Ferguson. Now Hamill with the spike, stuffed by Bergman. Now Ferguson, a little backhanded spike up there. Here's Bergman one more time, partially blocked. Ferguson nearly the point. Now they'll set it across. Far side, and Play Center. Did they keep it alive? They cannot. Almost kept that in play on the spike from Maddie Meyer. And it's a 10-point lead. Great scramble really on both sides of the net. Concordia, though, gets the point. 23-13, they lead at game 1. The serve from Natalie Vines. Franson keeps it alive. Now to Craig. Shivers rolls it across. Vines up front. Schrader. And stuffed back home by Ferguson on the swat by Conway. It's 23-14. Aaron Hamill will have the serve for the Lady Tigers. And it just catches pace and kind of like a slingshot, grabbed it, and then slung it back the other direction. And now it's a game point for Concordia in this opening game of our second match, 24-14. Serve across. Maddie Craig up front. Shivers, middle set. Ferguson winds it up and finds a point across the middle. 24-15. Concordia still with a game point, as Hannah Ferguson will drop back to serve. Lady Tigers against the second-ranked team in the state, Concordia, runner-up at state last year, Corey Division II. Bergman to Schrader, forearm set. Now it's going to be Vines setting it across. Wickersham, Shivers, set, far side. Branson, and it's kept alive somehow by Schrader, but then out of bounds. Terrific effort by Schrader, but a big hit by Branson gives the Lady Tigers 2 straight points. They do trail, though, 24-16, still facing a game point. Here's a set up front for Meyer. Saved in play by Ferguson, but it goes right up against the net and then down. Game 1 to Concordia in our second match, 25-16. Stay with us. Second game on the way from Concordia after this.
Students, are you looking for a stress-free, convenient way of banking? The Citizens National Bank offers a student checking account with online and mobile banking. When you open a new student checking account, or if you already have a student checking account at CNB, you can get the instant issue Tiger Stripe debit card at no cost for a limited time. Stop by the Citizens National Bank in downtown Clay Center and get your free Tiger Stripe debit card today. The offer expires 10/31/2017. Member FDIC.
Did you capture a protein premium on your wheat this season? If not, it may be time to reconsider what you're planting. Oldie Seed is introducing several new varieties that will provide excellent yield and protein potential, and all varieties meet the Oldie Gold standard. Wheat technology is evolving, and planting one of the Oldie Seed top-yielding varieties or blends this season is the first step in achieving higher yields and increased income. Contact Oldie Seed today.
It's flu season, and the flu shot is your best bet for avoiding the most common strains of the flu. Do what you can to protect yourself and others. Flu shots are available now at Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy. They make it incredibly convenient. All you need to do is walk in any day, Monday through Friday during regular business hours, and get your flu shot. No appointment necessary. They'll even bill your insurance. Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center, Abilene, and Salina.
As a farmer, every season brings with it a number of decisions to make. Right now, you're deciding what variety of wheat seed to buy and how many acres to plant. At Wilbur Ellis, we have the information you need on the latest seed technology, plant nutrition, and protection. We have wheat seed and cover crop seed with the right traits and genetics, along with multiple ways to apply them. Let us also supply your starter fertilizer and nitrogen need. We're Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
It's that time of year, the time to clean up the yard, trim trees, overseed, and fertilize so your yard will rebound from a tough summer and look great next spring. Wall Street Value has rental equipment to help get it done, like dethatchers, core aerators, overseeders, and tillers. Wall Street Value also has grass seed and fertilizer, weed killer, and ground sterilizer to make your yard the best in the neighborhood. Stop in 7 days a week at Wall Street Value in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
An impressive game one for Concordia in our second match of the night. They win it 25-16 for the Lady Tigers, who lost 25-17, remember, in game one of the first match, and came back to win 25-18 and to lead late in the third game before losing 25-21. So they've been in this position before and responded very well in that first match. We'll see if they can get something going here in this second match as well after losing the first game again 16-25. Just about set to work here in second game. It'll be Clay Center with the service. Claire Edwards will be serving. Gracie Thief, Haley Franson on the back row, Janae Shivers, Hannah Ferguson, Aaron Hamill out there. Here's Bergman, and she takes a winner on that left sideline. 1-0 start Concordia. Rotating in, the libero for Clay Center, Maddie Craig. Franson, Hamill on the back row, along with Maddie, and then you have Shivers, Thief, and Ferguson up front. Here's a serve from Schrader. Hamill, good pass to Thief. Now they set it for Ferguson. Hannah winds it up. It's dug out by Bergman. Now Schrader to Bergman. Soft spike across. Great dig by Hamill to keep it alive. And that Clay Center will roll it across. Williams to Schrader. Back set to Meyer. Picked up by Thief. Now set across by Shivers. To Schrader. She will do the same. Now Shivers can do the same. So 3 sets in a row goes across the net. Now the windup by Bergman. What a dig by Maddie Craig to keep it alive. Bergman again winds it up. This time it's Franson who keeps it in there. Set across by Ferguson. Clay Center down 1-0. What a rally in this point. Shivers with a wind-up. And the point for Clay Center. We're tied at 1. All started when Bergman got the huge swing on one, and Maddie Craig somehow kept it alive. And then eventually the Lady Tigers scrambled, rallied, and ended up with the point on the swat by Shivers. Pass up front now. Schrader leaves it up there. It's carried across by Bergman. Now Ferguson, soft spike, and it will fall in. Clay Center has the lead at 2-1. Anna Ferguson just guiding it away from where the defense was and dropped it in. 2-1. Now the Lady Tigers lead in game number 2. Down 1 game, none. And Shivers serve catches tape and falls in against Clay Center. Tied at 2 now. Natalie Vines will step back to serve for the Lady Panthers in a 2-2 tie, game number 2. Across it comes. Franson. Shivers, forearm set in the middle, and it's going to be set across now by Hannah Ferguson to Schrader. Bergman again winds up and gets one in. 2-3. The Lady Tigers down by 1. Maddie Craig again almost dug that out. Made a great effort at it, but just squirted off to the out of bounds on the Lady Tigers side of the court. Now they get a serve long, and it's tied at 3. Aaron Hamill will step back to serve. Shivers and Craig on the back row. You have Wickersham now in the front row with Franson and Ferguson. Here's Bergman again, and dug out by Craig, and then saved by Franson. Play up front for Conway. She has to roll it across. Chance for Clay Center. Forearm set from Wickersham. Flat-footed spike by Hannah Ferguson, and now we've got an illegal hit called on Schrader, and Clay Center gets the point and the lead at 4-3. Hamill will again serve. And it's come across. Back row Vines. Up front, Schrader puts it across with a lift. And it's going to be Franson with a shot for Clay Center. Now it's dug out by Vines. Bergman winds up, and it's just out of an angle that is really tough to defend when Bergman gets to that position in the middle, and she puts the point away. We're tied at 4. Bergman to serve it. Craig passes up front. Shivers. Far side set. This is Franson, and they thought it was tipped. We have no call, and point goes to Concordia. The entire Lady Tiger team asking for a touch on the hit across the net, but they're not going to get it. And now we're going to have a timeout. The officials will confer. I think the captain, Hannah Ferguson, for the Lady Tigers, asked if they would make sure and discuss this between the chair umpire and the floor umpire. And it is point Clay Center. There was a touch, so they got the call right. The Lady Tigers' reaction, it was not hard to tell that they knew that it had been touched on the spike by Franson and then went out of bounds. And so the Lady Tigers will have the lead now at 5-4. And the serve with Hannah Ferguson. Craig will rotate out as Edwards comes onto the front row. Ferguson now serving. And her serve's going to go long, and it's 5-5. Clay Center tied up here with the Lady Panthers of Concordia on their senior nights, their final home matches of their year. Sub-state locations and sub-state pairings should be coming out before too long. They got the golf and tennis setups out today. There's a shot by Wickersham and a point, Clay Center. There's a Wickersham up and rifled one across that was unable to be handled by the Lady Panthers. So a lead back to Clay Center, 6-5. Wickersham to serve. Bergman barely got it back in play. And bonus, an ace for Wickersham. She's had a bunch this year. She had one in the first match tonight. On the season now, 26 aces for the seniors. There's two seniors for the Lady Tigers. Anna Ferguson, Janessa Wickersham, and that is nearly an ace again. They do keep it in play. Craig to Wickersham, middle set. Edwards has to set it across, couldn't get a hit on it. Schrader, back set. Williams, stuffed back across. Franson, but it's out of bounds. 7-6 now. Clay Center leads by 1. Concordia will have the serve back. It will be Chloe Conway, the freshman for the Panthers, rotating into serve it. 7-6, Clay Center by 1. Make it by 2 as the serve goes into nets. And now Haley Franson will step back to serve. 8-6, Clay Center by 2. Game number 2 of our second match. Pass up front off the serve from Franson. And Larson, a good hit. Point, though, to Clay Center as they were into net, Concordia. And the Lady Tigers now lead by 3, 9-6. So an opportunity for Lady Tigers to maybe stretch this thing against Concordia. Here's Schrader. Back set Williams. And she plants one in on the other side. It's 9-7. The Clay Center does still lead by 2. Williams was huge in that first match. In the third game, when they were down 18-14, she just kind of carried the team into the final stages, and they ended up winning. And now gets an ace service. It caught net. It barely rolled over. Of course, all of your timing to defend the hard serve is thrown off, and it falls in, and now it's a 1-point game, 9-8. Serve across. Here's Hamel. To feed. Right back to Aaron. Winds it up. Good spike. Saved on the back row by Vine. And now rolled across by Concordia. Shivers to Thief. And now Clay Center will have to return the favor and roll it across. Here's a far side set for Bergman. Blocked back by Shivers, but blocked just out of bounds. Huge hit by Bergman, the senior. And Shivers got a good block on it, but just angled it out of bounds. We're tied at 9. Williams to serve it. And that's going to be out. Pulled it left. Clay Center leads by 1 now, 10-9. And Edwards will drop back to serve. Clara Edwards with the service. Put up near the net, pushed across by Schrader. A touch on it by Shivers and then by Franson, and Clay Center just couldn't keep it in play, and they have it tied again, 10-10. Schrader will serve it. Peyton Schrader will look to her coach for a signal on the serve, and here it comes. Craig to feed. Forearm set. Shivers winds up and gets the point in. Clay Center with the lead back 11-10. And that'll bring Wickersham back in on the front row. Ferguson and Hamill up there as well. Craig, Franson, and the server, Shivers, on the back row. Serve across. Bergman to Schrader. And a little miscommunication, but Concordia does get it across. Clay Center's got a chance here. Ferguson up front, and she buries one on the other side. Clay Center leads at 12-10. It will be Janae Shivers to serve. Clay Center leads by 2. And the serve on the way. Bergman to Schrader. Up front. And it catches net on the spike. And now Clay Center miscommunication. Ferguson, Shivers both coming after the same time to set it. And they end up mishitting. And the point to Concordia 12-11, though. Clay Center by 1. The serve from Vine. Craig digs it out. Franson. Now Wickersham will roll it across. Up front it comes to Schrader. Far side set Bergman. And save dug out by Shivers. Diving dead on the sideline. And now Concordia sets it across. The Conway finds an open court. And we're tied at 12. They center a terrific effort by Janae Shivers diving to her right. That right arm stuck out, got a fist on it, kept it in play, but then the misplay on the set across by Conway was tied at 12. Game 2, Clay Center down 1-0 in our second match, and the service goes long. Good decision by both Hamill and Craig, yelling out as it was nearing them. They split apart and just went out. 13-12, Clay Center back up by 1. Here's the serve across, set up front. Bergman puts it across and in, and it's a 13-13 tie. And Concordia will have serve back for Sidney Bergman. Tied at 13. Bergman serve. Craig up front. Good pass for Shivers. Now the wind up for Franson and a point good. And Clay Center has the point back again, 14-13. The pass from Craig. Textbook to the setter. Perfect across to Franson, who slammed it in. They tried to block it and went right into net. 14-13. Here's the middle set. Conway. Good dig by Ferguson on the back row. Now up front it comes. Franson punches it across. Trader saves it. Touched across by Conway, and the second time she's just kind of found an open area, and it ties it back up at 14 apiece. Back to serve it will be Caitlin Miller for Concordia. Back on the floor, the Loveros Craig in the back row for Clay Center. And it's Hamill passing up front. Shivers. Franson again. Blocks across. Hamill saves it. Shivers now sets it across. It's saved by Bergman. Now a hit for Conway. Goes long. Clay Center has the lead back again at 15-14 now. Janessa Wickersham to serve. 15-14 lead for Clay Center, game 2. And a touch on the tape, but it goes across. Concordia does scramble and stay in it. Williams across. Wickersham. Shivers. Set up front. Franson. Diving get by Vines. Now Williams sets it across. Here's Edwards to Wickersham. Far side set Franson again, and this time into net. And we're tied at 15. Tracy Thief will come back on for Clay Center. Wickersham off. 15-15 tie. Clay Center down 1-0. They lost the first match in 3 to second-ranked Concordia. Serve across. Craig. The pass up front. Thief. Middle set, Edwards spikes it across. It's picked up by Bergman, now up near net. And we have a point to Clay Center, a lift called against the Lady Panthers on the play by Lakin Schrader. And the Lady Tigers get the lead back at 16-15. Haley Franson to serve it. A 1-point Lady Tiger lead in game 2 of the second match. Good serve across, Vines the dig. Williams sets it across, just touches it across over the defensive outstretched arms of the blockers up front and finds an open area. It's 16-16 now, and Williams, after that touch across for the winner, will step back and serve it. Hamill to Thief. Backside set, Shivers winds it up. It hits tape, and Concordia grabs the lead at 17-16 now. In this second game, Clay Center needs a win to push it to a third and deciding. Williams, soft on the serve. I think she almost quick-served it. Tried to stop herself, and when the whistle blew, she was already starting ahead, and it went into net. We're tied at 17 again. Clara Edwards will serve. Cross it comes, and Vines got a hand on it. Concordia trying to stay in the point. They do. Great serve by Edwards. Now Hamill winds it up. Blocked back across. Edwards save. Shanae Shivers with a shot at it, and she drops one in for a point. Clay Center has the lead back, 18-17. Edwards will keep the serve. Vines came diving in for Concordia. Well-placed spike by Shivers. And she tried to put a pancake in there. Now a miss hit. That's an ace for Clara Edwards. And a 19-17 lead, forcing Concordia into a timeout. We'll break as well. You're listening to Lady Tiger Volleyball on 100.9.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Play Center trying to push a second match into a third game. They lead it by 2. A timeout by Concordia. Big hit by Bergman, dug out by Franson. Now feed Shivers, and it's blocked back across, but Shivers comes up with it. Now in the middle, Ferguson. Flat-footed spike gets into the back row. Here's Bergman again, winding up and putting one in. It's 19-18. Play Center leads it by 1 in this second game. It's been a really good battle. Both teams have controlled a game or two, but it's been back and forth for the most part. In this one, certainly it has been that way. Here's Schrader with the serve. Hamill to feed. Gracie sets it across. Ferguson winds it up, and it's saved across by Bergman, and a point to Concordia, tied at 19. It looked like Bergman may have lifted when she got it across. A very quick reaction to even get a hand on it. Coach Moran calling for the call, did not get it. The point goes to Concordia. We're tied at 19, and Schrader again to serve. It's short service. Hamill digs it out. Bergman to Schrader. They set it across court to Larson. What a dig by Thies to Franson, and now set across by Hannah Ferguson. Back up to the front row. Touch across by Schrader. Here's Speed. Middle set. Ferguson winds it up and puts one across. Now Bergman tries it off the block and gets it in. And Concordia takes the lead at 20-19. Lady Tigers right in this thing. Down by 1, game number 2. Down 1 game to none. They have to win this to stretch it to a third. And the serve is out. Tied at 20. Really close on that back line, but it just snuck out of there. And that gives Janae Shivers the serve. Tied at 20. Shivers eyes across and now brings it to the back row. Bergman up front. Schrader right back to Bergman. Comes flying in. And Play Center unable to handle it on the back row. 21-20 now. Concordia by 1. Vines will rotate in to serve it for the Lady Panthers. 21-20. Play Center trails by 1, and there's a serve into the net. 21-21. Play Center gets the point back and the service for Aaron Hamill. Maddie Craig, Janae Shivers on the back row. The serve from Hamill across. Williams to Schrader. Back set. Bergman blocks back across by Franson. Schrader now sets it across. Diving get by Craig. Concordia play up in net. Bergman. Soft spike. Dug out by Shivers. Now the swat across is good, they say, by Bergman. 22-21. Concordia with the lead by 1 now. 22-21. Concordia will have the service in the hands of Sydney Bergman. And into net again. So Concordia got the lead twice. Faulted on the serve, and now Clay Center has the service. 22-22. Hannah Ferguson across it comes. Bergman. Schrader. The set for Williams. And in for a point. 23-22. And Coach Moran will take a timeout. 23-22. The Lady Tigers battling down by 1 in game 2 when we come back.
Fellow Clay Centerites, the Union State Bank sign is fixed. Downtown Clay Center can continue as normal. It's these time-old traditions like Union State Bank clock that we rely on. Just like we've relied on Union State Bank for the last 116 years to always be the pillar of downtown Clay Center. Isn't it nice you can count on the same bank name, the same faces, at your local bank? Union State Bank. Member FDIC.
23-22 ball game. Second game of our second match. The Lady Tigers must win to extend it to a third. They trail by 1, 23-22. Concordia's Caitlin Miller will have the service. Hamill. Now to Shivers. Up front comes. Franson punches it across. Concordia Schrader. Short set Williams finds the winner, and it's match point coming up. 24-22. So Coach Robert Moran, another timeout. We're breaking as well. The Lady Tigers trail by 2, a match point coming up when we return to Concordia.
While some are working the fields, the deli department at Ray's Apple Market is making up batches of potato, pasta, and vegetable sides to go with their delicious Chester fried or smoked chicken. Meals to go for 1, 2, or more are hot, fresh, and ready for hungry farm crews and busy families.
Here at Ray's, it is our passion to give you, our customer, a pleasant, time-saving shopping experience while providing exceptional products at value prices with uncommon customer service. Thank you from our family to yours. Shop small, shop local.
Match point, the Lady Tigers trying to fire off, and they do. Haley Branson plants one on the back row, and it's 24-23. Vanessa Wickersham will serve it. Lady Tigers down 1, still facing match point. Across it comes. Bergman to Schrader. The set for Williams, and it's good, and that will end it. Jessica Williams with the final hit, and the Lady Tigers with a tremendous battle, but will come up short 23-25 in the second game. Stay with us. We'll come wrap things up for Concordia following that.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
It's a good battle for the Lady Tigers. Concordia gets to celebrate their 2 league wins tonight, but what Clay Center pushed them to the limit. They are the number 2 ranked team for Division II. Lady Tigers took them to 3 games in the first match, lost 21-25 in that third game after winning 25-18 in game 2. And then here, trying to get it to a third game again, came up just short. What a battle, 23-25 in that second game here in Concordia. So the Lady Tigers with the 2 league losses that will put now the Lady Panthers on the season at 5-1 in league play. They improved to 18-4 overall. The Lady Tigers, what a battle here against state-ranked Concordia. Good efforts up front and defensively in that match. The second game of the second match, really, they played as well as they played all night and battled Concordia tooth and nail right down to the wire before it finally got away a 23-25 final. So to wrap it up here from Concordia for our studio engineer, Bernie Fantella, just Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, Sports Tuesday.